I was like,
How your
no,
school?
went too far.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's absolutely
They get back the contract.
No, not yet. They're still waiting to hear.
Still waiting.
No.
So Kaylee, how your student?
Good.
Yeah.
Ready for
Almost there.
When
7 more school days.
7 day more?
7 more school days, yeah.
How long?
Next week and
How long? How long do you go to?
December 20th to January.
That's pretty soon, huh? Wow.
You guys do anything over like between Christmas and stuff?
I'll forward you.
Yeah, we have meditation. We have meditation right after Christmas. Christmas, the 24th, we have Amitabha Buddha celebration here. The before, from 25th to 30, we have 1 day of meditation. 1 day we recite the mantra, the Buddha names. How you been, Nathan? It's been for a while.
Yeah, I'm all right.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Zuko tell you anything about what happened to me? Did Zuko say anything?
Yeah. She shared a little bit, and Debbie told me some. So I hope you're feeling all right.
Yeah, the tree knocked me down, and it's just my back, my rib, and my spine were fractured. It's still recovering. Yeah, how you doing? You working now?
Yeah, still.
So on the 24th, we have Amitabha Buddha celebration here. If you can come. And after that, we have 1 day of the Sun Buddha name, the Sun Amitabha Buddha. 1 day we do meditation, day from Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
So Monday, Wednesday, Friday we recite the Buddha name. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday we do meditation for the whole day.
Okay.
Come. You think you can come with Suko up here?
I would be interested in going, but I have family celebrations. My family celebrates Christmas, so I have to be here on the 25th and the 28th. Yeah.
Come up that's okay. You can try here, and it's up to you.
Okay.
Hey, all right. So let's start our discussion then. So you go anywhere for Christmas? I stay home.
Our family is nearby, so
You don't need to go anywhere.
his family to see if my family on Christmas Day.
We'll probably, I think that early, we'll probably still be able to come.
What's that?
We probably should be able to come that day.
Few days.
Earlier,
Yeah.
early.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me share this screen.
Celebration?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know, innocent. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sam is too small. It's okay. You to read Sam.
Can you make it slightly bigger?
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Yeah. Theravada.
Theravada tradition in Burma and Thailand, as in Sri Lanka, experienced revival movements in the 19th and 20th centuries. In both Sri Lanka and Burma, which were under British colonial rule, the Buddhist revival was closely linked with the independence movement. And Thailand, which retained its independence, the reform movement was initiated under royal auspices, most notably during the reign of King Rama IV, who had been a monk for 27 years.
Did Buddhists take the name Rama, I guess?
Yeah. Mhm.
For like the kings in Thailand.
Yeah.
No, not except Thailand. Everywhere in South Asia, they were colonized by even French or British empire.
In Southeast Asia, like they've got like their own version of the Ramyeon,
Yeah,
in which like the Ram is like a bodhisattva.
okay.
Mm,
It's like really beautiful plays. You can watch on YouTube of it.
mm.
I will look that.
So the important is that like in Vietnam, one of the reason why French occupy Vietnam or invade Vietnam because the king they oppress the Christian missionary that they gave the reason. But in Thailand somehow they gave the free pass and there's no reason for them to occupy the country. But Burma, Sri Lanka, all the country will occupy them. Okay, Nathan, would you like to read, please, Nathan?
Buddhism was first established in the lower reaches of the Mekong Valley, a region now included within Cambodia and Vietnam during the Funan Empire, whose origins date back to the 1st century CE. Funan, as it is known in Chinese sources, was the first of the Indianized kingdoms in this region. Its surviving sculptural remains suggest that a range of Indic religious beliefs and practices were well established there, including forms of Hinduism and Buddhism. Beginning in the 6th century, the Funan court migrated northward along the Mekong River into what is now Laos, and this became the kingdom known in Chinese records as Chenla, which flourished until the close of the 8th century. Keep going?
That's enough, yeah.
Hmm?
That's enough. Thank you.
Okay.
You know Mekong Valley?
Not really well.
Okay, let me
I'll have to
check.
look it up.
What's that?
So they have big catfish in that river.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Oh.
Okay, here, can you see this? This is what I think this one is not clear. So Mekong River flow from Tibet, now belong to China, down to 1, 2, 3, 4 countries. It's end in Vietnam here. That's what they call Mekong Valley, and yeah, it is India here. So Buddhism spread around this area in the 3rd century BC during the Ashoka reign. Right. Nathan, you follow, right? You got that, right? And it's spread everywhere. And Funan here. Oh, Funan and kingdom right here. Funan kingdom over the whole part of here. Is the large chunk of South Asian country now.
Okay.
Now it's there's a Cambodian. That's doing the Funan. They and later on to Khmer they build the Angkor Wat. It's huge. That's why Buddhism spread everywhere. Yeah. So they were the first Indianized kingdom. You know what's mean? What's mean? Yeah. Without any kind of colonization, it get like the cultural transformation, cultural influences from India. That's all. So
Yeah, a lot of Sanskrit word, so. We have a like the Khmer king mentions the next one, Jayavarman, that means victory.
That's why they adopt Sanskrit language now, and they modify those Sanskrit languages into their own language. Thailand, Burma. Okay, so yes, Miss Kristen, please.
Let's see, is that
Yeah.
right? The same region saw the rise of another empire that became one of the most extensive and powerful in Southeast Asia, the Khmer Kingdom. Around 800 CE, Jayavarman II established his capital in a range of the hills known as Phnom Kuang, north of the Great Lake in modern-day Cambodia. Nearly a century later, Indravarman I laid the groundwork for the capital city nearby Angkor. As extraordinary architectural remains at Angkor testify, Khmer rulers drew primarily upon Hinduism as a basis for the political authority. Through some of the Khmer rulers embraced Mahayana Buddhism as well. In the 13th and 14th centuries, Theravada became established as the dominant religious force in what is now Cambodia and Laos, largely under the growing influence of Thai Kingdom, Sukhothai.
Mm.
The Khmer Kingdom, I guess. What, not, I don't really know a lot about the different rulers. But I'm guessing there were several of them eventually, that got, had Buddhism, adopted Mahayana Buddhism, but then eventually got established, Theravada Buddhism got established. So it sounds like it's, no.
From Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
From Sri Lanka. So basically, the king from Thailand and Burma, they went to Sri Lanka to invite Sri Lankan monk to transmit the precept over there, and that's took a root of Theravada tradition from that time on. Yeah, but it's still Mahayana influences. Yeah, and Stephen, how you been, Stephen?
I am well. How are you doing?
And getting recovery now. Angkor Thom.
Angkor Thom, founded by King Jayavarman VII in the 12th century, is one of the largest city complexes at Angkor. The great city that was at the heart of the Khmer Empire for more than 100 years, except for a 20-year period in the 10th century until the Thai conquered it in 1431.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, let me type for you Angkor Thom here. Just few complex. Angkor Thom and Angkor Wat. This is here. Yeah. Can you see that they show this here? They draw the big complex here. And it's Angkor Wat. So they have the 3D. Have you watched this before?
Well, I've seen like that they actually went through and 3D scanned the entire complex. Just so now, like we have digital version of it, should something.
Yeah, they make the 3D now.
A spectacular sunrise at Cambodia's ancient Angkor Wat. Here's everything you need to know to get to this iconic site and make the most of your visit. Angkor Wat is actually just one of over 1,000 temples that make up the ancient city of Angkor. Today, the entire city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but Angkor Wat remains the most well-known and largest of all the Angkor temples. This site can often be found on travel must-see lists, and no time of day is more impressive than sunrise. Getting here is easier now than ever, but there are a few key things you need to know. In order to travel to Cambodia, you'll need to get a tourist visa either online in advance or at the airport in Phnom Penh, Siem Reap, or at any major border crossing. The visa costs $37 and is valid for a stay up to 30 days. Fly into Siem Reap, the gateway city for all Angkor exploration. It's located just 4 miles south of the site and is a destination in itself, with plenty of quality dining, cultural, and accommodation options. Getting between Siem Reap and Angkor is surprisingly simple. If you're up to it, you can actually even walk there. But if you're looking to arrive in time for sunrise, you'd be best to arrange other transportation. The archaeological park opens early at 5 a.m. Renting a tuk-tuk is a popular option. For under $30, you can have your own personal driver who will pick you up from your hotel, take you to the perfect sunrise spot, and...
Sorry, just add, let me type it, Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat 3D. Yeah, you can see.
Ancient architects designed Angkor Wat to inspire awe and wonder. A majestic staircase led pilgrims to a magnificent central atrium where they
Yeah, come on. Sorry, the internet is slow. Yeah.
came face to face with Vishnu, a supreme being in the Hindu faith.
Mm.
5 imposing stone towers rose above their heads, symbolizing the sacred Mount Meru, home of the gods. Built using 500,000 tons of stone, Angkor Wat is a spectacular recreation of heaven on earth. Today, tourists marvel at the splendor of Angkor Wat and its vast moat. Designed to glorify the rule of an ambitious king, it contains hundreds of grand columns, and its walls and towers are adorned with thousands of exquisite carvings. But 900 years ago, it would have looked even more magnificent. Its roofs were beautifully gilded, every gate crowned with fine gold-covered carvings. And the centerpiece of it all, the 5 lotus towers enrobed in gold, reflecting the sunlight, shining like beacons across the plain. It took hundreds of thousands of workers to build this lavish monument. Yet today, there's no sign of a city around the temple.
Yeah, so magnificent. And that's just Angkor Wat is connected to Angkor Thom. Angkor Thom first.
Incorporating Burma, southern Laos, central Vietnam, and parts of the Malay Peninsula. The king, a committed follower of Mahayana Buddhism, built more than 100 hospitals dedicated to the healing Buddha. By
Medicine literature.
yeah, the medicine teacher. He also undertook an ambitious building campaign which drew heavily upon forced labor. The Angkor Thom complex, centered around the Bayan temple, exemplifies his merging of Hindu Deva Raja symbolism with Mahayana Buddhist Bodhisattva's ideals. The image of the Buddha, sheltered by the serpent deity Naga, originally stood at the center of the temple. Archaeologists discovered its broken remains at the bottom of the central well, where it was probably thrown at the order of Jayavarman VIII, who, repudiating the earlier rulers' Buddhist sympathies, destroyed many of the Buddhist images.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. So the Khmer kingdom, they expand, right? They expand, follow the Funan emperor, Funan kingdom, to part of Vietnam, part of Laos, Burma, it's huge. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yes. No, you want to say? You want to say anything?
Oh, I just said buy one. But yeah, I understand. Did you want me to read?
No, just summarize what's.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Khmer Kingdom, while it is like the empire, the different kings would sometimes go back and forth, like depending on the king, because like the Hindu religion is more open to war and more open to, kind of a class hierarchy. So, if there was a king that wanted to have more wars and wanted to have like more class divide, they would be a Hindu king. But then you would get a Buddhist king who would be like, we want to have less wars and more equality, and it would kind of go back and forth for like several hundred years. But eventually it was actually like droughts. They were so good at like building like canals and waterways and stuff that when there was a really bad drought for a long time, they built a bunch of canals to bring more water in. But then when the drought ended, it just like flooded the whole place, and that's why it ended up being abandoned for so long.
Yeah, they have some type of canal system in that Angkor Wat scientifically. Yeah. So that is a big municipal complex. This Sutra, Medicine Master Sutra?
Yeah.
You read it before?
Well, I have the sutra at
You
home.
have
It's
that?
one of the ones you gave to me, but I've not really read it. I've read summaries about it, but I know he's in the East and he's the blue one.
Nathan, have you read the Medicine Master Sutra before?
I don't think I've read the sutra, but I like his mantra.
So Medicine Master Buddha in the Eastern, so in the Western, we have Amitabha Buddha. Doing that type of Pure Land in the Eastern, this Medicine Master Buddha is very Pure Land in the Eastern. It is the direction. I forgot his name. One professor who translate from Sanskrit version into English version. He teach. I don't know whether he's still teaching, but I think he teaches. He was somewhere in Santa Cruz, California. So he say that during the semester, the spring and the fall, to be professor. During the summertime, he went to the forest and the mountain as a cultivators. Yeah,
Is that the mantra Tiyata that comes in?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was Sanskrit.
No, that they say.
And Stephen, can you read? And Stephen?
Yes, how about that? One of the most striking features of the Angkor Thom complex and in particular the Bayan Temple at its center are the numerous towers adorned by sublimely smiling faces. While various theories have been put forward explaining the significance of these figures and their relationship to the overall symbolism of the complex, their precise identity remains elusive. I'm not too familiar with Angkor Thom complex, so if you can show the picture, I guess they're just explaining about the what's strikingly familiar was the I'm guessing the smiling faces there.
We type how Angkor Thom relate to and Angkor Wat. So I think the name in the city that include Angkor Wat. That's the name of the city, the whole city. Yeah, a great city.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just one of the several temple complex as well. But still now, okay, the whole city.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, let's see here. Yeah, Ivan, please. Yeah. Ivan, yeah.
The general character of Theravada Buddhism, belief and practice remains largely consistent throughout Southeast Asia. In 19th century reform within the Tashkanga influences the Sangha in Cambodia and Laos as well. What set Cambodia and Laos apart in the modern era, however, are the devastating effects of the war in Vietnam and political destabilization that followed. With the Khmer Rouge's rise to power in Cambodia in 1975, the traditional and central role of Theravada Buddhism in Cambodia's society was destroyed. Of the 65,000 monks in the Cambodia Sangha prior to 1970, it is estimated that only 3,000 survived the horrors of Pol Pot regime, and roughly 2/3 of Buddhist temples were destroyed. Efforts to revive the Sangha met with resistance from the Vietnam-controlled government until the late 1980s. Since then, however, there have been a major resurgence in Sangha membership, and over 95% of the population remains Theravada Buddhist. Wow.
Have you watched the Killing Field? You watched it?
I was really young when I saw that movie. I want to say I was like in middle school.
Really?
Yeah.
Like right as that was happening. So
Yeah.
Nathan, have you watched the Killing Field
I mean,
movie?
anytime that I've
No,
seen like
it's horrible. Type it in. I don't want to show you.
Yeah.
Type on the YouTube.
What is it called?
No,
The Killing Field.
the Killing Field.
Oh, okay.
Talk about how Pol Pot, they kill their own people. They kill probably more than 1 million of them, including monks. So terrible.
You can see, like I've seen documentaries like where these houses were just burned down and not, I mean, it was so brutal with the way they.
It was
Weirdest thing about Ricky is there also those- Like, I'm like, why? But that's
they want to kill the high class people, the educated people, the monks, and so forth. And it was, yeah, at that time it was in Vietnam, and I saw so many of Cambodian people. They came to Vietnam as refugees. It's so horrible war. Yeah. And Stephen, were you there during the Cambodia and Vietnam War, 1970?
I was not, no. I was obviously too young back then, but yeah.
Let me see. Yeah. When I was 17, 1983, Yeah, so my mom made the arrangement for me to escape from Vietnam by boat. Otherwise, they will rob me to the army, to the military, and they would send me to Cambodia. So my karma was not there. Some of my neighbors, they were killed or they were handicapped now. It's too terrible during those times. Yeah, when we talk about war, it's go beyond our thinking. Yeah, this is we just harm ourselves, each other. Could you mind to stop today because somehow my back is a little bit. So I hope that next week I will feel better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So so we'll see. Yeah. You come tomorrow?
Yeah, I have to travel
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Okay. I'm Steven. Okay.
Okay,
So
more for today. Hope
Nathan,
you get better.
thank you. See you then, Nathan.
Good
Okay.
night. Good night, everyone.
Hopefully you can come here. Hopefully you can come here. Anyway, anytime, 1 day or 2 days to do meditation and decide Buddha name. Okay.
Of course, yes. I'll let you know.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh,